Story time. Sailing Waikiki, Honolulu on a sailboat at sunset in 2012. Today is Wednesday 1 October 2012. Sorry. I apologize. Wednesday 1 October 2025, and here I, Tanis Coralee of Seattle, reflect on sailing Waikiki, Honolulu, Hawaii, on a sailboat at sunset in approximately August/September 2012 when I was living in Mānoa, Honolulu, and attending the University of Hawaii at Mānoa. Yes, so there's Waikiki, if you know Waikiki, Hawaii, and up the hill a little bit is the university I attended and graduated from, with a Bachelor of Science degree in Geology and Geophysics with a minor in Mathematics. And ain't no better place to study volcanoes, which is what I did, and minerals in those volcanoes. Anyway, so there were other perks to going to school in Hawaii, such as sailing Waikiki. And so this is one that I did once, and it was I had a friend who we had actually worked together here in the greater Seattle area in the parks department, park and recreation department. We were both lifeguards together. And so this is one where we went sailing, and he had some friends, and he asked if I wanted to go, and so I was like, yeah, I'd love to go. And so it was fun because I had it was a full-size sailboat, which I hadn't actually been on for sailing kind of, and it was one where he was like, you know, if you come, you're expected to help out. That was part of it. It was it's not a freeloader. It was anybody on board has to help with the sailing on the boat. And so it was pretty cool. And I was like, you know, I think I'm recalling the chronology correctly, approximately or something. I had, you know, one sailing lesson with tying knots under my belt. And so it was like I'm already burned out in my little brain, or very soon burned out in my little brain. And it was like I got on the real sailboat, like the full-size sailboat, and I actually knew what some of the words were, and I was just like, oh my gosh, because we didn't have a sailboat growing up. We had a power boat, a motorboat for a few years. My family did. And so it was a different experience, and sailboat, it was a different experience. It's not like a power boat that stays kind of steady. A sailboat it lists a little, so it'll tilt when it's turning and stuff like that. And so it was kind of fun because I was like, yeah, you know, everybody's talking, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's tilting. Which side of the boat should we go to? And the captains were really good, and it was and the people whose boat were and directing us where to go as the boat was tilting and stuff. But it was great because as we're out there sailing along Waikiki, the sun was setting, so we got to see the sunset while sailing a sailboat, on the sailboat. So it was very, very cool. And I was like, and I'm a student here. I'm not a tourist. So I'm also not a local nor a native Hawaiian. However, there was it was a good experience to have. I learned a lot, and actually had got a sailing under my belt, not as captain or anything like that, but as a helper. I was not a freeloader. And it was cool that I actually understood some of what was being said. So I wasn't a complete chicken with my head cut off, so to speak. So that's story time, sailing Waikiki, Honolulu on a sailboat at sunset in 2012.